Hello, good morning. You're watching the news on African Free Press Television. My name is Leo Oketa, and these are the stories we're tracking for you at this moment. Textile materials and fashion accessories estimated at millions of naira have been consumed after fire gutted a shopping plaza on Broad Street on the Lagos Island area of Lagos State around 8:55 a.m. yesterday after a power surge. Also, a section of the Skybank branch in Ikeja was gutted by fire, destroying some property. Workers at the plaza were said to have made frantic efforts to put out the fire before inviting officials of the Lagos State Fire Service and men of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency. While some traders watched helplessly as their goods burnt, others were said to have struggled to salvage their wares. President Muhammadu Buhari yesterday said that the federal government had begun negotiations with members of the Boko Haram sect to secure the release of the Chibok girls. The president disclosed this while responding to questions from the members of the Nigerian community in France under the aegis of the Nigerians in Diaspora organization. Buhari said that he was worried by the continued stay of the girls in the camp of the Boko Haram since April 14, 2014, when they were abducted by Boko Haram fighters. The president noted that the incident had attracted global attention and sympathy within Nigeria, adding that his government could not fold its arms. Code of Conduct Bureau has filed a 13-count corrupt charge against Senate President Dr. Olusola Saraki at the Code of Conduct Tribunal. The charge was filed on September 11, 2015 by Deputy Director in the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation, MS Hassan. Among other charges, Saraki was accused of making false declaration of assets on assumption of office as Kwara State Governor in 2003. Saraki was also accused of not declaring some assets he acquired while in office, acquiring assets beyond his official earnings, and operating foreign accounts in contravention of the law as the public officer. Labour leaders and workers are excited over a presidential directive that all areas of salaries and allowances be paid. The presidency on Monday directed ministries, departments and agencies to compile the names of all public service employees who have been owed arrears of salaries and allowances within 7 days, so that they can be paid without further delay. The presidency had identified outstanding benefits as salary arrears, promotion arrears, first 28 days allowance on transfer from post, repatriation, allowance, burial expenses, death benefits, and mandatory training. The presidency directed the MDAs to ensure that each unpaid entitlement is accurate, verifiable with the name, designation, status, serving or retired, and amounts due to each officer. The Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission has accused the state governments of not implementing the policy on salaries and allowances for political office holders. A federal commissioner in the commission, Alhaji Yakubu Tuko, spoke at an interactive session with stakeholders in Minna yesterday. According to him, the commission was mandated to fix the salaries and allowances of political office holders and elected officials at local, state, and national levels. Tuko said while some states were implementing the salary package below the commission's recommendations, others had refused to implement the above approved package. A court in Upper Egypt's Minya sentenced to death 8 individuals and handed 106 others varying prison terms on Tuesday for accusations of involvement in violence dating back to 2013. The defendants faced multiple charges, including murder and attempted murder, as well as show of force and joining a terrorist group. In total, 119 defendants were brought to court in this trial. The 8 who are believed to be affiliated with the Muslim Brotherhood were being tried in absentia. Egyptian law provides a retrial for a person sentenced in absentia once he or she is in custody. The death sentences came after the Grand Mufti's approval. The court had referred their files to the Mufti last month. The court handed 77 life in prison and prison terms ranging from 10 to 15 years for 29 others. 5 people were acquitted. All defendants were ordered to be placed on security monitoring for 3 years. Vice President Fela Kezela Mfoko will officially open the 5th edition of the Medical and Health Fair to be held in Harare from September the 23rd to 25th. The event, which will be graced by Health Advisor in the Office of the President and Cabinet, Dr. Timothy Stamps, will provide an opportunity to health services providers to showcase their services. Addressing journalists in Harare yesterday, organizer of the fair, Mr. Shepherd Chakanza, said members of the public would have free medical checkups during the event. The fair will run under the theme, Health for All by 2030. Exhibitors are going to march in town carrying their banners. September 24th and 25th will be open to the public. A first group of migrants have arrived Croatia, a new route to northern European Union countries, a day after Hungary sealed its border with Serbia. The migrants had traveled by bus from southern Serbia. Hundreds spent the night in the open. Many of them are hoping to reach Germany. Croatia had said it will not just allow people to move through. New border restrictions and a row over allocated migrants have shown bitter divisions in Europe over the crisis. Hundreds of stranded migrants waited overnight outside or in makeshift tents close to the Serbian border with Hungary. Some gathered wood for fire. On Tuesday, Hungary declared a state of emergency in the area, with hundreds of army and police deployed to enforce new laws, making it an offense to breach a razor wire border fence. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry has told Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov that Moscow's continued support for Syrian President Bashar al-Assad risks exacerbating and extending the conflict in the country. Kerry made the comments on Tuesday in his third phone call to Lavrov in the past 10 days. A U.S. State Department official said, seeking to clarify the intent of Russia's military buildup in Syria. The call came shortly after Russian President Vladimir Putin defended his military assistance to Assad's government and said it was impossible to defeat the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant without cooperating with Damascus, and urged other countries to join the cause. That's the news for you on African Free Press Television. For more stories, please do visit our website at www.africanfreepress.com. Follow us on Twitter at African Free Press and like us on Facebook at African Free Press. From me, Leo Oketa, and the whole team in the studio this morning, it's a very good morning to you. Please do enjoy the rest of your day. See you later in the evening. Bye-bye.